How you doing, good people? David Taub here with Tim Gilberg.
Note finding 101.
You know, one of the things that I think that are so important, that's so important on guitar, is learning the notes on the neck. You know, and it's a step that so many guitarists kind of miss the turn and they don't put the time into doing it. Now, I've talked about that earlier on in the intermediate section when I talk about what are the 5 or 6 Ks or some of the 6 most important things I see where guitarists kind of miss the turn, in my opinion, and one of them is taking the time to learn the notes on the neck. And I just don't mean learn, I mean know them cold. So you could just point to a note, oh, that's an E, oh, that's an A, oh, that's a G, and you can know them that fast. And it's really going to help you in your guitar journey. You'll be able to go to certain notes when you're playing leads. You'll be able to put chords together. You'll be able, it just opens up so many doors if you take the extra time to learn all the notes on the neck. Now, the guitar, like we've talked about in the earlier, and if you haven't watched the earlier lessons on the 12-note scale, and watch those, because in Western music, as you know, it's only 12 notes. And on the guitar is so beautiful because it's the same repeating series in order of those 12 notes, you know? And once you get them down and you're good, proficient at it, it stays with you because you use it so much. I don't forget where the notes are because I'm always, in my mind, I don't look at the guitar, and I recommend once you get proficient, you don't either. I don't look at the guitar in terms of like tablature, like 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 2nd, 2, 4, 5, or fingering, or shapes. I think that is a mistake that a lot of guitarists make. They memorize shapes and patterns and fingerings. And like I always say, tablature is a lot of fun. And you certainly want to use it when you're learning songs and have fun with it, but just don't rely on it exclusively. Because 2nd fret on the A string, a 2 on that line like tablature, that does not tell you that's a B note. And that's pretty critical information to know, okay? So use tablature and have fun with it, but again, don't rely on it exclusively. And take the time to learn the notes and think of the guitar more in terms of notes and intervals than, you know, fret numbers and shapes and fingerings. It's really going to help you down the road, and it'll really make your guitar journey easier and faster, okay? Put the time into it now, and it always will make you a better musician. If you know the notes, you know the intervals, okay? So, if you watch the lessons before, you know about the 12-note scale. You'll have that memorized. You're starting to learn the notes on the neck. So, let's do a little exercise that's really going to help you get to know them better and faster. And students have trouble with this, and that's why I kind of design these exercises to kind of take some of the frustration away. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding a certain note on the neck, all 6 strings up to, let's just take it up to the 12th fret, just to make it easy, right? We're just going up to the 12th fret. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in order. I want you to find a certain note on the neck, starting with the low E string, then to the A, then to the D, the G, the B, and the E, a given note. And we're going to do it in pairs. I don't want you finding the note on the low E string and then hop into the D string and play in the octave. Okay, that's cheating. We're not going to do that. That's too easy. Just so, oh, there's a G, I just go over it, you know, down 2 strings and over 2 like I should before. There's another G, right? There's my G, right, Tim Gilberg? No, that's too simple, and I don't want you doing that. So we're going straight down the strings. We're not skipping over them, all right? So the trick is you're going to find all the notes, and you got to find them fast. I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to go slow at first. Now we're going to take the notes in pairs, and I'm kind of setting you up for the future by doing it like this. Let's just take the pair of notes C and A, okay? So you're going to find all the C notes up to the 12th fret, starting, there's 1 on each string, because, you know, the notes repeat every 12, every octave. So the first thing you want to do is find the C on the low E string, 8th fret. Then find the C on the A string, that's at the 3rd fret, right? C note, yeah? Then go down to the D string. Find the C note. That would be at the 10th fret on the D string. These are all C's. Then go to the G string. Find the C note. That's at the 5th fret. Then go to the B string. The C is on the 1st fret. And then the C on the high E string would be again on the 8th fret, because the 1st string and the 6th string are the same, just 2 octaves apart, right? So here's all your C's. Right? and you want to get faster and faster. See, at first you're going to be doing this. C, C, A, B flat, B, C, C. All right, and then the next C, C, D, B, 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 C, C. Okay, I want you not counting up, but just so you can know them instantly. That's how fast you're going to need to find them. And eventually you will. It'll take time to where you can get it like this, to where you can just go like that fast, know all your C's. And then you can later on, you know, you can get all the other ones. You can go past the 12th fret, but I just want to get you going on this, okay? And I just wanted to reiterate that at first, of course, you're going to have to count up on the notes. You know, to find where the a D note is on the A string, you're going to be playing A, open A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D. There's my D. And of course, everybody has to do that where they're counting up at first. But eventually, you'll get to know that as a D so well you won't have to count up. I know 5th fret on that A string, that's my D note, right? I know it's at the 10th fret at the high E string. I don't have to count up. And, you know, I make this look very, very easy because I've been through this training. You know, my teacher put me through similar exercises learning the notes in the woodshed. So at first count up, but then after a while from doing these you won't have to do that. And it's an evolution like all our playing is. It's all works in progress, all right? So take it slow at first and just try and get those C's down. You know, where are those C notes? Where are they? Okay? Notice what this will do too. If you hit a wrong note after playing all those C's, your ear is immediately going to know it's wrong. I won't tell you which one, but you'll hear it. Okay? This also is training your ear. One of the most important things I keep drilling this is get that ear, develop that ear. See, so if I was to do this, as I'm finding my C's, right? Whoa, you hear that note? I didn't play a C at all there. That note was way out. I played actually, because I wanted to show you how once you start doing this and getting fast, you hit that wrong one, even your ear will know that fast that you're out. We want all those C notes. Ah, see, I hit a C sharp. See how different it sounds? You want the C notes. Okay, so you want to eventually be able to really rip through and know all those notes that fast, cold, all right? C is paired up with A, and there's a reason why it's paired up with A, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. So the next note you're going to practice finding is A. Now you're going to do these in pairs, and I suggest you stay on the pair for a whole week, all right? Then the next week you go to the next pair, but you still do the first pair. And the next week do 3 sets of pairs, okay? And that's really going to start drilling them in there. Every day, you have a couple spare minutes, just run through these. It doesn't take a lot of time, but you'll really get them down. So now, you got to find all the A notes, starting with the low E string. And remember, no octaves. I don't want you cheating. So start on the low E string, the A's at the 5th fret. Then you have an open A, right? The A string. Then you have the A at the 12th fret on the A string. Then you have the A at 7th fret on the D string. Then you have your A on the G string at the 2nd fret. Then you have your A at the 10th fret on the B string, and then your A on the 5th fret of the high E string, okay? So try to get a little quicker at them and work down the strings in order. Right? All A's. And you try it again. A on the low E, open on the A, 12th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 10th fret, right? And then pretty soon you can start ripping through them. You have all your A's, right? So C and A is going to be your first pair. Your second pair is going to be G and E, all right? So you would do the same thing we're doing. Now you got to do it with all the G notes, okay? Find them all, going straight down. And don't worry at first if it's this slow. G. G. Because that's getting you in the habit of finding them, and you'll get faster once you keep practicing them, okay? Now, what pairs are you going to work on? Then you're going to work on D and B. Then you're going to work on A and F sharp, okay? And the reason I'm giving you these pairs is because I'm giving you a major and it's relative minor. And we haven't talked about that yet in next level guitar, but that's a critical concept that you're going to need to know about, and I'm planting seeds. As long as you're going to memorize 2 notes at a time, you might as well memorize the major and its relative minor. Every major key has a relative minor key, which is basically their exact same notes. Okay? For instance, a C major, remember the first 2 pairs, C and A. C is the major, A minor is the relative minor. The notes in a C major scale are the exact same notes as in an A minor scale. Okay? And we're really going to exploit that, and it's going to make your guitar journey so much easier knowing about a major and its relative minor. Every major key has a relative minor, okay? And where I have that information written out for you is in the written lessons, and this is, the written lesson says the circle of fifths, okay? This is the document I want you to download. And it has all 12 keys going across in fifths, going around the circle in fifths, and around the outer edge of the circle is the major key, and then the line connecting directly below that to the inner circle is its relative minor. So you have C, A minor, G, E minor, D, B minor, A, F sharp minor, E, C sharp minor. So forget about the little minor for now, and you're going to find the C and A notes together. You're going to treat these as your pairs of notes, okay? Now, all of the verbiage explains a little bit about the circle of fifths, and you're probably not going to understand this right now. This is a very valuable tool to use later in your guitar journey, where we're going to talk about a lot more when we start talking about things like the notes in each major key, orders of sharps and flats, and a little bit about music theory. This is really, really a great tool and is really going to help you. But for now, let's just use it as a guide for our pairs of notes. So you're going to be finding the major and the relative minor for each of these. And you're going to be spending a week or so on each pair, okay? Major and relative minor are so cool because if you know, for instance, a G major scale, and if you didn't get to these lessons yet, you will, because we talk a lot about on the major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If I play it in G, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. No matter where I play it on the neck. Now, if you go take any major key, major scale, and you count up to its 6th note, its 6th is the relative minor. So if I'm on G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's my E. Remember, G and E are paired together. So you can immediately find the relative minor of any key. If you don't have it memorized, just count up 6. There's my relative minor. Same thing, remember we talked about C being paired with A or A minor. If I take a C major scale, any of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 6th note is an A. Okay, C major, A minor. Same thing. This is going to be huge later when we're playing our minor pentatonic scales. We want to flip them to the relative major pentatonic, or if you're playing a major scale, G major, and then we play it in a different key, we're playing an E minor, you're like, oh, I don't know any E minor scales. Sure you do. Play your G major scales, it's the same notes, just started on the E. Same exact notes, G major and E minor. So these relative majors and minors are so critical, and if you don't understand that, don't worry about it, because we're going to go into it in depth. But for now, I just want you to, as long as I have you memorizing notes in pairs, we might as well make it functional and be used towards something later. You're going to, by doing this exercise, not only is this going to help you learn the notes on the neck, but you're going to have memorized a major and its relative minor. And there's 12 of those. Every major has a relative minor. 12 notes, 12 major keys, 12 relative minor keys, okay? So try this, and this is really going to help you to get these notes down cold on the neck, all right? You have any questions, you email us, and write this into your guitar log, in your practice regimen, and 10 minutes a day, man. You'll make such great progress. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a couple times a day. You can do it. We'll see you in the next lesson.